Hey guys, welcome. We're here for the Asphalt Mix Design Certification School. Got a long week ahead, exciting stuff to learn. For those who might not know, Mix Design Certification is an important certification that qualifies the technicians to know a lot more and full understanding of the components in an asphalt mixture and to control the asphalt plant to make sure the mixes coming out are meeting the VDOT specifications. So we'll get into a little more of that later. First, I want to walk through this intro, chapter 1 a little bit. First, whether you're an industry person, VDOT person, throughout, we're all here to improve the quality of the roads here in the state. So we got a video here to talk about VDOT and how we're all part of this team to improve the quality.
Transportation is critical to our society and the lifeblood of our economy. You are now an important part of the VDOT team, the team charged with keeping Virginia moving. What we do at VDOT every day matters. Our work has a direct impact on the quality of life of the millions who call Virginia home, the millions who come here to visit, and the millions impacted by the Virginia and the United States economies. Our work serves society. Our team has a high calling. What we do at VDOT every day is done well. We are nationally recognized for being the best. We are dedicated and out in front whenever needed, serving our citizens well. We're not afraid to do it first, and we're not afraid to lead. We are the first Department of Transportation in the country to implement many of the latest safety, real-time travel information and congestion alleviation technologies. If a cutting-edge transportation technology is effective, you can expect to find it in use in Virginia. If a new technology shows promise, it's a sure bet the VDOT team has a leading role in the research. We are equipment operators and procurement specialists. We are scientists and engineers. We are business planners, environmental and human resource specialists. We are communicators and traffic safety specialists. We are 125 occupations, planning, building, maintaining, and caring for Virginia's highways and those who travel on them. We are young workers just getting started and experienced workers, some who have served VDOT for decades. We are from Virginia and from all over the world. We are from diverse cultures and religious backgrounds. We reflect and represent Virginia and the USA. We work well together, we move forward and get the job done together. We are one VDOT, one team. Planning and constructing new roads and maintaining 57,000 miles of existing roads is a big job. So is inspecting and maintaining more than 12,000 bridges. The VDOT team does it every day. Operating tunnels, toll roads, and ferry services is a big job. So is operating safety service patrols, safety rest areas, and welcome centers on the interstates, and more than 100 commuter parking lots. The VDOT team can handle it and does so every day. VDOT is part of the Governor's Multimodal Transportation Plan, a unified vision that brings together 8 agencies covering every mode of transportation, from planes, trains, cars, and ships to spaceflight. We work closely with these, our sister agencies, to produce the greatest possible economic opportunity and prosperity from every tax dollar spent on transportation. VDOT is part of every community in Virginia. There are 9 district offices, 29 residencies, more than 180 area headquarters, and the central office in Richmond. There are 5 traffic operations centers, a customer service center, and many other facilities and offices. From Southwest Virginia to Hampton Roads to Northern Virginia and all points in between, VDOT has the state covered. You are here because you share our vision and you've got what it takes to be on this crucially important team. You've got what it takes to carry forward, to grow with us, and help us create Virginia's future in transportation. We need you here. We need your skills, your ideas, and your talents. We need your dedication and your enthusiasm, and we need your desire to grow and develop. We want you to help us meet our business goals by meeting your own professional development goals. The VDOT team is ready to help you help us. Welcome to VDOT. One VDOT, one team, keeping Virginia moving.
That video is some of the brief overview of VDOT, but now back into, starting here with some of the contract. This is from the spec book, which I think you guys have heard of, seen, and we'll talk a little bit more about in a sec. But this line right here about the contractor shall have a department certified asphalt mix design technician for designing and adjusting mixes as necessary. And then list some other things about may perform testing of asphalt mixes. So that's an important requirement that all contractors producing mixes need someone with this certification that you guys will work through and learn about in the upcoming week. So it's an important requirement and a lot of responsibility with that. Now, as far as the steps to get this certification, some of this is in the chapter 1 about there will be a 4-hour exam at the end of this, written exam, and then in addition to that, there is a proficiency exam for the asphalt mix design. So that would be coming back separate, and I think they'll give you more instructions for the facilitators about how that process works. But just know it's a long, involved process of all the lab tests you see and written tests of all the stuff we're learning here in the upcoming week. All right, so this is something that's always important, is the project communication. With the mix design certification, there's also the aspect of being able to communicate within the plant and within your own company if you're in the industry side. If you're testing stuff in the lab, you need to communicate that with the plant and the control, make any adjustments to the mix that the mix design technician may deem necessary. Also, of course, communicating within the project. A couple of things I want to note out. We're going through the specs here. We got our manual over here for this class, the mix design VDOT specifications. So this is what we're going to use in this class. This has all the stuff we will go through. I can guarantee you, we note this certification is good for 5 years. The information in this book will change within that 5-year period. So this is a handy reference, but as a mix design technician, in practice, you will need to go look at the most current specifications, supplemental specifications, special revisions. All those items will be necessary. This is an important figure that's in your book, so make sure to highlight this. The important thing to know here is the order, the hierarchy, because the standard drawings are going to be the lowest level, coming up to the special provision copied notes. So being that if a special provision is in your contract, that would overwrite or make a change to something in a lower level hierarchy. A lot of times, the special provision might be included with just the paragraph that's changed and not the full chapter, so all the other items in the standard specification would still apply. So that's important to understand, because a lot of the times when we're making changes to the specification, they would not be changing the whole thing, and so you need to make sure you're understanding all the different pieces and how they come together. So back talking about communication, I think with the mix design certification, it's important to note some of the information sharing and written communication can be more important. If there's a quality issue with an asphalt mix, a lot of times we're going to want that documented through email or other ways to make sure we know what the quality issue was and how the corrective action was taken to address it. So a lot of times that might be more important here. Another thing with mix design is if you're coming up with a new mix, something you haven't used as much, have questions about, make sure to have an informal meeting or formal meeting to just discuss it with the department on just either side to make sure we're all on the same page of how it's going to work and what we're going to do different for these different mixes. We'll kind of mention more at the end that are less typical. Another communication thing I'll mention here is the MITS-PLAD system that most of you have probably seen. That has a lot of space for comments and notes. So when you're using that and putting in mix designs or putting in sample results, that's an important tool to help share information. All right, so another thing, of course, is we're all here for the certification. So one thing is VDOT-U is the tracking system for that. So we got the website address down here that hopefully a lot of you have already seen and made use of. And of course also the, you can log on to that to access the certification records. All right, so that's all I really had for this intro here. We're going to jump in next and talk a little bit more about details of the asphalt and go from there. Enjoy the week.